Starting to assemble the whole sides. Something to keep in mind is orientation with the side pieces. The designer sent a follow-up as far as the correct and the incorrect way to set up these sides, and it's very, very easy to mix these up. And when I first laid these down on the floor, I did have them wrong. Even though I thought they were right, something didn't seem quite right. And it's important to keep everything really straight. Slowly gluing up all of the pieces. It's looking like a boat shop in here. Got the transom over there. Did that a couple days ago. Some more parts for the windshield for the cap on the front of the boat. Those are the skeletons after the pieces have been pulled out. And gluing up the bulkhead sides next. All of the puzzle joints have been glued up. The next step is to sand down these joints, clean them up a little bit, and then we'll put down some fiberglass and trace the shapes for the hull and the sides. Dust collection is crucial for this. Don't breathe this stuff. I've got some organic vapor filters on a 3M mask, and for the sander, this runs to a shop vac that's mounted outside the house. And then for any dust that is still in the air, I've got this filter and that box filter up there helping to clean things up. After sanding all of the puzzle joints, we've got all of our pieces ready to assemble. And the next step is to start stitching in some of the bulkheads. This is where it starts to get kind of fun because you can see the shape kind of starting to unfold. Putting the bulkheads on with the cable ties. I went ahead and went with clear cable ties. I think that'll blend in better with the clear epoxy rather than using the dark ones. The transom goes on just like the bulkheads, and it sits into a little notch on either side. So there's a little notch on both sides. It holds it nice and tight. Really cool to see the form taking shape. Just for visualization, the expanding foam fills in the space here on the other side of that cutout. So this triangular shape is where all that extra foam goes. We've got the sides, the bulkheads, and the bottom all cable tied together. Took a few hours. As far as the cable ties go, these were ones I bought at Ace Hardware, and they were a little snug in some of the holes. So I did have to widen some of the laser cut holes for the cable ties just a little bit. I put a small drill bit in the drill, portable drill, and just opened up a few of them a little bit more. But they're in there pretty well. Nice to see the shape unfold. And again, the sides are where the foam insulation will go. And the next part is to put the deck on. That shows the boat with the sides, the bulkhead, and the bottom all cable tied together. I've just got the deck sitting on top here just to visualize. And while it looks like it's overhanging here, this will come out and everything will be cable tied together. Before the deck goes on, we need to put the dash inside. But we can certainly see the shape coming together. Just an overview. This is the front dashboard piece. There's one that goes here, and then that one right there goes behind it. And for this one, the next part here is to get the wood glued on that holds the controller from the trolling motor. So right now this is just kind of seated in here. This piece will glue on to the top, and then for the back there's this piece here that will glue on to here. And as far as the controller here, this is just held on with the knob, the ABS printed knob that goes on the front. Right now I've got the dashboard parts glued to their supports, and this is the backing plate for the speed selector. This is just sitting in here right now, and this will come out so it can be more easily wired up. I'm just leaving this here for the moment to keep the piece here kind of oriented. And in any build that I've done, there's always some individual interpretation of the steps involved. So I'm going to put the deck on next, and we'll get that cinched down and go on from there. All of the cable ties have been cinched up. We've got the hull shape and the deck shape. I really like this curve that's down on this angle. It's a real compound curve system. It looks really, really nice. Joints are pretty secure. Everything feels pretty true. The next phase will be to start epoxying up and make up some filler so we can do the fillets inside all of the joints. The only issue I've had so far is when I was bending up the front here, I had a little bit of a split right around here. So I doubled up the cable ties, and you really can't see it much at all. But once that gets epoxied and filled in and sanded out, it should not be seen or an issue at all. Really, really cool. And it's neat to see that dash. So we're getting there. Thanks very much for taking a look.